About it again this afternoon, and we always appreciate seeing him in his time. Dr. Ulysses Wu, the Chief Epidemiologist at Hartford HealthCare. Dr. Wu, good to see you again. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
What does this mean exactly? Because I had heard from a couple people today who were over 50 who said, do I go now and get another shot right away? Is that what they're telling people to do?
Well, they're saying it's a couple things that are factoring into this at this point. So we have a variant with Omicron that may be causing an increase in illness, not a surge or the spike that we normally would see, but would be causing an increase in illness. And then you take that in conjunction with if somebody who got their booster, their last booster or their last vaccination several months ago, you take that in conjunction with waning immunity. And then the third factor that you take into account is, are you somebody that is at risk? Do you have a comorbid medical condition that could put you at complications for if you got COVID? So you take those three things in totality, and then that helps you make you decide whether or not you actually need the booster. But for those who may not even need the booster, it is also saying, yes, you have had your booster several months ago. You can still go out, even if you don't have those comorbid medical conditions, as long as you're of the appropriate age.
It's interesting. Is the timing good right now in the sense that, as we look ahead to the fall, past the summertime, and this idea that we all could need another shot? If people are okay and they feel okay right now, should they wait or just, like you said, just kind of weigh your options and make your decision?
Well, I think they're going to have to definitely weigh their options. There's probably very little downside to getting another booster, but yes, you are correct. We may need another one certainly in the fall. And something to take into account, because we have to remember that we certainly don't want you to get COVID, but if you do get COVID, we don't want you to spread it to somebody else. And so for those of you who may be taking care of somebody else who may be at an immunocompromised state, it may make sense to do that, to form that protective bubble around you, to protect those around you.
I think we're over 3% today here in Connecticut with our positivity rate. And when you see what's happening in other countries again, these mass lockdowns in China and other countries seeing dramatic increases, are you concerned about where we could potentially be heading with this over the next few months?
I'm always concerned where we can certainly head with this, but I am not as concerned with this as we were, say, with Omicron or with Delta at this point. What's happening in China, they're having massive lockdowns because they really go for a zero case policy. What happened in the UK is very different from here. And here we do have a nice mix of people who are vaccinated, people who are boosted, people who have gotten natural infection. The weather is certainly getting nicer. Masking mandates, even from a federal standpoint, were all relaxed at the same time, but at the state and local levels were relaxed at different times. So all of these factors, I don't think is going to equal a big surge, but I do think cases are going to increase and people should take caution.
All right, and get that booster for sure if you feel it's appropriate. Dr. Ulysses Wu, good to see you again from Hartford HealthCare. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon.